Alright, you guys got the ward. That's usually good enough already on a level 1 invade. Getting the ward is pretty good. You get... Somebody gets XP, it's usually... It looks like for here, it's Ari. Ari in the solo lane getting XP means that she can level up first. You guys actually technically have a good invade, because the enemy bot lane doesn't have... What's going on here? Enemy bot lane doesn't have great combat sums for a level 1, so it's... But it's also weird to stack up here. There's no reason to stack up here in their jungler. More than likely, this is where they would have gotten a ward off if the enemy laners or if the enemy team got a ward off when you guys were invading jungle. That's where they would have put it. This game and more being streamed over on my Twitch. Submit your games in my Discord for review. It's also weird because Amumu doesn't really... Like, Amumu's priority buff isn't really red buff, so, like, getting an invade off for the red is... It's like, it's not the greatest thing. If Amumu just leaves now after getting the red, like, he's actually behind. Like, basically, if you're going to invade and you're going to steal the buffs, you want to take two. You want to take 2 camps. You want to take, like, red and raptors and then go to your blue side, because... For instance, you know Cho'gath is on the other side. He's probably doing, like, he's doing the same thing, except now he's... You can see Cho'gath, he took your red and he's taking your raptors. So, like, that's already, like, a big misplay from, like, basically, if you're stealing 2 camps. If you're like, invading enemy jungle. Because as soon as lane phase starts, nobody's coming to stop you at raptors. You know, the bot lane's not coming to stop you, mid lane's not coming to stop you, and if they are, they're putting themselves in a terrible situation where they're going to lose the game. Personally, I think Morgana is a pretty weak pick. There's almost never a reason I would actually want to play it at this point in time. But at this point, like in this game, you can kind of play whatever you want. So if you want to play Morgana, you can play Morgana. I think it's just like an uphill battle for trying to actually win the game. And Caitlyn Morgana is fine. Like, I think Caitlyn Lux is a little bit better though. Top lane, you've got a tank versus a Nasus. That's a little bit of a risky matchup, because Nasus is looking to free farm up that tank and get his stacks off his wave. And unfortunately, you also have a tank jungler, which means there's no kill pressure whatsoever for a top. You can still do, like, if he does something dumb and goes past like middle of the lane and is under your Malphite's turret, like, you can maybe kill him. But this is like a rough matchup to actually shut down the Nasus. A level 4 Vayne is just roamed bot lane. If we're gonna ignite somebody on the Morgana, we want to ignite somebody who's actually low. Vayne was too high health. If you ignited any of these low people or whatever, they died instead. It's like, if you're to the point where you're gonna ignite the Vayne, like, you're wasting ignite, because it's not like staring her to, like, stop running you down, you know? It doesn't really do anything. This enemy Kaisa or the Xayah is just, like, literally trolling, overstaying. This wave is actually really good for Malphite, because what you don't really, what you like against Nasus is actually to freeze the lane outside of your turret, and then try and bully him. Like, Malphite can kill him. I've actually played this exact matchup and killed Malphites in Master. Or killed Nasus as a Master, but you also don't want a huge wave like this, like, crashing on you, so you thin it a little bit, but you actually want this wave, like, on your side, basically. In mid lane, I don't know how a Vayne, like, walked out of lane on the Ahri. She should have, like, no wave clear. Get his ghost, that's fine. Maybe when Malphite hits 6 he can possibly kill, but the ghost might be back up. So yeah, here, like, the only lanes that jungle can even play for, really, is mid and bot. And bot usually has bot, because it's Caitlyn, like, Morgana is going to constantly get this lane shoved in, usually, because you're going to be taking turret plates with Caitlyn. So you're really just going to be hovering, like, bot side constantly. especially with the level 1 invid, you split the map. So normally that means top lane is like on their own, and bot lane is where all your help is gonna go. Because you have the winning bot and the winning mid, even though Vayne walked straight bot lane and got a gank off, you need to be taking dragons on spawn. So like, anytime dragons up, you're taking that shit. Because you have the pressure in bot lane. I mean, obviously this guy got a gank off here. This is crazy. Nobody can help you here. It's a crazy hopping over the wall. If you just like waited until like other people were there, like that guy probably dies, I guess, because it almost worked, but it was crazy. But dragon should be yours. If your bot lane resets here, and comes back out on the map, like the dragon is yours. You want to take that on spawn. You've got mid lane Ahri just hit 6. You know that Vayne has no cleanse because Ahri blue cleansed on her like a little bit ago. Looks like you're just gonna get the kill. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like Nasus has just killed themselves like that all the time. You just so you just killed. Hold on. Okay, you actually fixed it. You just got a solo kill on the Nasus top lane, and you were about to reset with the wave being frozen for the Nasus when he has no TP. You always, after you kill somebody like that, you always shove that shit, especially because you know, like, Cho'gath was bot lane recently. Like, there's no way he's anywhere else. You ended up doing it, but, like, you almost got the reset off. Like, make sure you always do that correctly. Now, there should be a gank opportunity mid with this Vayne pushing up like this, because Ahri is 6. Ahri has ultimate, has charm up, and knows that this guy has no cleanse. Ahri just leads. Like, Ahri ults forward, gets the charm. Honestly, even Ahri on her own probably can get a kill on this Vayne. Like, this Vayne is so weak. You just R, and then press Ignite, and just press W. Like, I think you just kill the Vayne. Looks like we're blowing a lot of mana into like shoving our waves, and like that comes with that's a little bit of a bad habit. Like you want to try and get as much CS as possible. Either if you are using or like moves on the wave, you want to maximize the move. So like if you're throwing, for instance, on Ahri, if you're throwing Q, it hits all 6 minions. You know what I mean? Like you got to make sure that your Q is hitting as many targets as possible, so you're maximizing your mana efficiency on your moves. This is good. This guy, honestly, you probably didn't have to flash, but flashing is safe. Yeah, look at that. There you go. And you did that with flash. Imagine if you had 100 more mana, you just did that with Ignite, or with your ult. You didn't even need to flash, you know what I mean? So, great job. Don't walk past your minion wave like that. It kind of gives away the game. But on top of that, okay, I mean, it was a good flash to dodge the Q, but you could have flashed upwards instead of down. You guys don't want to fight this, I don't think. If this Cho'gath wasn't trolling and ate one of you, you would have lost this. He just didn't press R. He was on top of the Mumu in consume range, and he didn't ult you guys. But made the most of a play that they messed up, so. But yeah, next time you don't want to take that fight. Because they have ults. Ahri needs to come over to this. Yeah, if Ahri was like watching where her laner went, like you should have known like they were gone. The only place they could go is up top, and you just follow. You have Ahri with ult, like Vayne's not gonna outrun you. And she can't condemn you either with your path. You can walk this pathway to the Rift Herald, and there's no wall to condemn you into. Enemy team getting the dragons when you had the stronger side. That's just a consequence of how the early game has been going, but you really should have had the first dragon. Your bot lane was constantly shoved in or shoving into the enemy team, so you had pressure. Had pressure in mid technically too, so because of the wave clear. Because once Cho'gath hits 6, like now Cho'gath can steal any dragon, and it makes it really fucking hard to get one. Just unfortunate. Now this in the top lane is exactly what I'm talking about of where you don't want this wave to be, because Nasus now gets to keep free farming his Q stacks. You just keep fucking like freezing it here or like pushing it in. Like if you can get a demolish proc off is good, but I don't think you even have demolish. So it means you're never gonna take a plate in front of him. All you're doing is giving him free minions to last hit with his Q. And we have already seen you can solo kill them. You solo killed them already. Theoretically, in this bot lane, I haven't been paying too much attention to how it's been playing out. But that person, I think you guys are going for constantly because it looks like the Xayah's burned her ult and her flash. The person actually you want to be going for is the Vel'koz. The Vel'koz is extremely like vulnerable to ganks or like even landing a bind. If you flash forward and ult on him, press spell shield on yourself, he can't knock you up. Ult goes off, then you Q him, like he's dead. Constantly, you know? So that's your window. That's always gonna be your that's who's it's a lot easier to kill. Because Xayah can ult, Xayah can cleanse, she has cleanse up, she has flash, you know. All Vel'koz has is flash. And he's a slow champion to begin with. You guys are behind, you're not too far behind, but enemy team does have scaling on their side, unfortunately, which means that that's why you want to be taking the early game dragons, the early game objectives, because enemy team outscales you. So you got to make the most of your pressure. And unfortunately, while your bot lane is winning, they have not even taken a single plate, which probably is because the Amumu has not been covering them. He's been really playing for this Malphite lane. Like, Malphite can do something here, and you are against 280 carries, but it's like it's getting Malphite ahead is not your win condition. Your win condition is winning the game before like 35 minutes. You win before 35 minutes, you guys can win the game. If you after 35 minutes, they scale way too hard for you guys to even be able to win. It probably is counterintuitive because you guys don't want to play for the random since you're playing with the ADC that you don't know. So it's like it's tough, but if you were playing solo queue and you only knew one other person in the game, like I'd still say you play for bot lane because bot lane is the lane that like has drafted to actually gain an advantage. See here, are they all? They're setting up vision for the next dragon, like, and Amumu's on top side. Like this can't be happening. Basically, if you let them get dragons with a scaling team, like you guys are just toast. Like even if you try and put this Nasus down, he's still gonna be useful anytime that the Malphite is like not where like if he's just letting the Nasus take a turret, the Nasus is gonna ult and take a turret. You know what I mean? Like he's still gonna be useful. Putting him down does nothing. Putting Xayah and Vayne down means you can win the game. Okay, that's a good charm. Good pick off on the Vel'koz. And he wasted his ult, which is nice. If we had any vision, like if we put any wards down in the river, like and basically anybody, at some point we'd be spotting all these Vayne roams constantly, which would really, because it seems like we just don't know, we're not tracking Vayne very well. Like we didn't know Vayne was going over to the Rift Herald. We didn't know Vayne was walking top. We didn't know Vayne walked bottom at level 4. It's like we need like a pink ward in the pixel bush or something to spot this Vayne when she's going for these roams. And yeah, that's gonna cost you 75 gold, and like maybe she clears it every time, but it's better than not knowing where she is and giving over 300 gold plus whatever advantage she gains by like pushing this lane. Like she just took a solo turret here. Pixel bush. This bush that's basically 1 pixel in the river. That's called pixel bush. That's what people normally refer to as pixel bush. And it's in both sides of the river. It's up here and it's down here. Having a pink ward in there early game means you can spot roams, because nobody goes for a roam that's like this over here, over here, over here. Like it's a terrible roam. Everybody goes here this way, then up this way, get spotted, or goes here this way, over here, get spotted, or it goes here this way, over here, get spotted, over here this way, get spotted. It's basically the single most effective bush to have like a pink ward in, or even any ward whatsoever. Like you guys got roamed on level 4. That ward probably was not going to be in place for that gank. You should probably, because she was level 4 and you guys were level 3, that's around like 4 minutes. Probably should have had. Yeah, it was at 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so. Should have had a ward in the river, because that's actually the exact time a jungler would normally gank you. But yeah, normally like on first like reset as the support, you're gonna walk this way. You're gonna actually walk mid lane. You're gonna walk this path down this way. You're gonna walk to this ward. You're either gonna drop a regular ward, or you're gonna drop your pink. It just gives you guys complete vision of like of the most crucial jungle entrance for blue side. Like this is a river entrance for blue side. This is the only way that most junglers enter the river. No, almost nobody goes this way because it's too long. If they want Scuttle Crab or whatever, like they're going this way. They're not going this way. And the reason that, like, I'll even explain the reason that why you walk mid lane. Mid lane is the shortest lane in the game, so you're not losing out on much time walking down the mid lane to go to that bush to ward it, then walking back bot lane. You lose out on like 5 or 6 seconds, but you establish like a vision line that's so effective that like it's basically impossible for somebody to do something without having been seen. This Caitlyn is trolling. She still lives. when Vayne just ults like that and then just like fucks up and wastes her ult, you don't just walk up into her afterwards and let her almost kill you. You just fucking let her run away. She's up 4 levels. Like you're gonna lose. And I'll shit talk the Caitlyn because you guys don't know her, but that doesn't make any sense. What she just did. At this point in the game, they're scaling super well. You just want to make sure that we're coming in here. We have, when you finish Frostfang, like you get the 3 wards, you want to swap to Sweeper, because there's so much vision that the enemy team has established in your jungle. You want to clear that shit. Although, if those wards have been cleared, this shit doesn't happen. Probably your jungler doesn't get jumped on in his blue buff. And that's like also for the jungler. On like your jungler should only have the yellow trinket on like the first like spawn. Like basically the first time they recall, it should be you swap that to sweeper because putting a ward down is not as important as clearing a ward for the enemy team as a jungler. Like if you're walking by mid lane, you see their mid laner walk over here, put a ward, and you're like on this side. Even if you no longer can get a gank off right here, what you do is you just walk over and you clear that ward. They just put it down. There's like 90 seconds until they get their next ward. So it's like you want to clear vision anytime they just put it down. Like it's so effective at it's so effective at scaring the enemy team, making them not go for plays that they normally would go for. It's also as the jungler, what your main thing stopping you from like playing the game is somebody seeing you and walking away. So you want to clear those wards. At this point, this game looks already pretty bad. You guys did get a dragon, which is good. You should have had 2 dragons technically at this point, but you're not completely out of it yet. Losing those turrets, though, Vayne shouldn't be able to be getting these waves in. You should have a pretty good wave clear from the Ahri. Caitlyn also has really good wave clear because she can just Q the wave. Morgana presses W and then Caitlyn Qs the wave. It should be cleared. I mean, it's tough. Vayne is bullying Ahri, but like, it's not going to get better. So, you guys really got to be looking for your plays. If you just let them continue to just do what they want like this, like they're just gonna only get stronger. You gotta look as Ahri. You gotta ult forward. You gotta burn that cleanse, and then like a Mumu comes in with a gank, or Mumu starts the gank, burns the cleanse. Ahri comes in, follows up with a charm. Got to do something because they're gonna scale out of control. Vayne coming here, she might even fucking 3v1. Okay, we get a good charm off on the Zaya. Should be able to kill this guy too. Probably not. Even you see Cho'gath is here. Do burn the Vel'koz ult for free, which is nice. So, unfortunately, how you guys drafted, there's not really... The only person who can ever match Vayne in the side lane is Ahri. And she is super big. So, it's all about, like, at this... The only person... I mean, it's rough. They're a scaling team, and they're only going to get better over time. Did we just smite that? I think we did. We want to get this the second dragon, and this Cho'gath is really trolling here. Like, this guy should die. Ahri should have ulted. Ahri should have ulted to back up the Mumu there. If that Cho'gath dies, you guys get dragon for free. It's like you killed Vel'koz, but Vel'koz had no ult. If Cho'gath dies, you guys get dragon, and that's their second dragon. You're kind of already at this point. You guys are getting objective bounties, so that's an additional like 1,000 gold for you guys, because the game has already recognized you're down at least 5,000 gold. You guys want to group up and you want to take turrets. Like, basically, you're playing for objective bounties at this point. That's going to give you a way back into the game. The enemy team needs to play perfect in order to actually not give up these objective bounties, because even if you're playing suboptimally, if you're cashing in the objective bounties, you're actually coming out ahead. So if you guys are grouping up or finding like opportunities to take like mid tower, top tower, bot tower, you're gonna come out ahead. At this point, it does look like Nasus is too much for Malphite to deal with because unfortunately, Malphite doesn't deal with him forever. Exactly like I said, you put him down, but not forever. Mm. Yeah, it's just really like disjointed. I would say like you guys want to be targeting the same targets because if everybody's hitting the same target, it dies way faster. So like, even there, like Sean, you had flash up when Amumu got the cleanse off of Vayne and then got the ult off, like she was stunned. If you flashed forward and ignited her, she died. And then you could both end up turning around on the Nasus. Show you. So like right here, right? You have flash up. You also have ult up. So he gets the Q here. Amumu lands the Q. She cleanses the Q. He gets the ult. You flash forward, ignite. This guy dies. Instead, you ignited the Nasus. Not as important. If you flash forward in R2, it would have hit both targets. Even more? You want more than this? I see Caitlyn ends up getting killed on a bomb plant, but yeah, you just want to be like together. There's a lot of there's a lot of fights this game where like everybody's hitting different targets, and if you're hitting the same target, you're killing them instead of them getting out with like 1% health. The Ahri didn't go on the Cho'gath bot. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw there. Malphite was like focusing somebody at some point in time. It was different from somebody else. Like, just try to build team cohesion, hitting the same targets, calling out like priority targets or something in the comms. If anybody does that, it's really easy to like coordinate. I will say, I think this point the game is doomed. You guys are down a lot of gold. They just got Baron. You guys haven't been able to even take a turret, and you don't really have an ability to get out of your lane. Like targets here, and Caitlyn, your ADC is 0-7, which is your only strong point is Ahri, and Ahri can't even match her opponent, so the game is over. It's just a slow bleed out from there. Join my Discord and submit your games for the next VOD review.